Indira Gandhi National Open University presents audio assignment for the students of Diploma in Modern Office Practice, course code BSSI 014. Let's listen to this audio assignment.
Hello learners, I am Dr. Gitika S. Johari, faculty at School of Vocational Education and Training and Program Coordinator for the Diploma in Modern Office Practice program, which is also called as DMOP. This DMOP program was launched in January 2020 and it has 5 courses which are BSSI 011 Communication Skills, BSSI 012 Computer Skills, BSSI 013 Secretarial Practice, BSSI 014 Stenographic Skills, and BSSI 015 Office Procedures. If you see learners, all the 4 courses, that is BSSI 011, BSSI 012, BSSI 013 and BSSI 015, there are assignments which have to be handwritten and submitted to the respective study centers on or before the scheduled date for onward transmission to the respective regional centers, who will finally forward your assignment results to the Students Evaluation Division, that is SED, for uploading in the grade card. But for the course Stenographic Skills, which is BSSI 014, your assignment will be evaluated in a different way. We are providing you with either an audio CD or link consisting of different recordings. You are required to follow these instructions while preparing the assignment on Stenographic Skills, which is BSSI 014. Number 1. Listen to the recordings carefully. Number 2. Transcript any 2 of the recordings in shorthand. Number 3. If you feel you have made some mistake, keep listening to the recordings again and again so that you practice more and more and are able to transcript correctly. Number 4. The maximum marks allotted to the continuous assessment or assignment exercise is 25 marks. Therefore, each exercise will have equal marks. The weightage of the assignment in your final grade card will be 25%. Learners, while submitting your assignments to your academic counselors at the respective study centers, make sure you have written the following details on the first page: your name and address, your contact number, that is mobile or email address, enrollment number, the title of the recordings, session, whether you are from January session or July session, regional center, and your study center details. So let's begin and listen to the different recordings. The first recording pertains to event management.
I would like to relate to this pricing of an event from 2 perspectives. One is the client perspective, in which if the event is supposed to generate revenue, then it's got to do with the ticketing, what levels of ticketing, it's got to do with sponsorship and associates who are join hands for it. The other aspect, probably which is a little more important from our side, is how do we decide to price our proposal when we give the proposal to the client regarding the pricing. Couple of thoughts on that. One of the most relevant used methodology is we calculate all the cost of the event. We look at the time spent by us on that particular event and add cost of that. And on top of that, we add what we call margin. How much money we would want to make on that particular event. We total it up and then give it as a price to the client. This is how we actually price the event and the client then sees it accordingly. The other methodology sometimes used by various people is where we tell the client transparently that this is the actual cost and we charge a management fee on top of it, and the client agrees to on the management fee, and therefore that is our margin per se. There's a third element which is now the growing element. So there's a cost, there is a conceptualization and creative cost which is getting added on top of it. That's the cost of your intellect which is creating that event, and then on the margin on the top. So these are various methodologies which are popular methodologies for pricing the event.
Typically an event, assuming it has an expense of 100 rupees to it, will be split 4 ways. There'll be a cost towards technical aspect, there'll be a cost towards infrastructure, there'll be a cost towards HR and artist, and the fourth will be a cost towards the miscellaneous expenses. These expenses all will be 25 rupees each if the gross value of an event is 100 rupees. So the artist and the HR cost typically is a cost which is required as an advance. Rest of the 75 rupees, which is split between technical, infrastructure and miscellaneous, our vendors and our supply chain will give us credit. So typically to execute any format of event, the 25 rupees, which is the artist and the HR cost, add another 10 rupees to it for out of pocket expenses. So you will need 35 rupees out of 100 rupees as a startup to execute any kind of an event within India.
Now listen to the next recording.
Agriculture is derived from Latin words ager meaning soil and cultura meaning cultivation. Thus, agriculture is a very broad term encompassing all aspects of crop production, livestock farming, fisheries, poultry, forestry. All primary necessities of human life, that is food, clothing, housing, are directly related with agriculture. And basically, plants convert environmental inputs like solar energy, carbon dioxide, water and soil nutrients into economic products in terms of human or animal food or industrial raw materials. The most important contribution of India is the cultivation of rice. Sugarcane, several legumes and tropical fruits like mango are native of India. During the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa territory, that was the center of agricultural revolution in Indus Valley during the period 3000 to 1700 BC. And excavations in this area have revealed huge granaries. Barley, wheat, sesame, peas, cotton, mustard were the main crops during this period. Wooden plough and wheel cart were also in use during this period. Harappans knew ginning, spinning, weaving of cotton into cloth. Farmers during this period, they used sling ball for scaring birds, cattle, buffalo, goat, sheep, etc., which are being used even today. Agriculture was the most important profession during the Vedic age, that is during the period 1500 to 1000 BC. And the use of iron implements, particularly iron plough, became prevalent during this period. Besides, barley, wheat, beans, sesame, millets and rice are frequently referred in Vedas. And the importance of trees is mentioned in during the Buddhist period also. That is during the period 600 BC. We find the reference of trees, the importance of trees. The importance of sowing season, climate, cloud, soil fertility, irrigation and weed control have been emphasized several times in Mahabharata and Ramayana.
Here is another recording.
As you know, India is the largest milk producing country in the world with milk production of about 115 million metric tons per annum and is likely to produce 120 million metric tons by 2015. The 30% of the milk produced is handled by the organized sector, while the 70% of the milk is handled by the unorganized sector. The country has about 600 dairy plants which are producing different types of milk products. The industry is poised for new challenges, particularly because of the increasing demands of the consumers, the good inflow of the products from the outside, the quality aspects and the price consideration. For a dairy plant to be a successful dairy plant, the important aspects is to control the losses and to ensure proper utilization of utilities.
I would like to mention that milk fat and milk SNF, that is solids not fat, they are the two most important ingredients of milk. The solid not fat comprises of lactose, that is milk sugar, protein and mineral matter. The cost of fat as on day is approximately rupees 250 per kg, while that of SNF is approximately 130 rupees per kg. The value of milk is attributed to both of these constituents, that is fat and SNF. The losses of these two constituents are called as the handling losses or losses of total solids. The losses in a dairy plant which is manufacturing different type of milks and byproducts such as butter, ghee, flavored milk and other indigenous products may vary from a lower level of 0.5% to a high level of 4% depending upon the type of the plant and the operations carried out in the same.
Hope you have listened to all these recordings and have been able to transcribe them properly. In case you have any clarification, you may contact the program coordinators of the DMOP program, Dr. Gitika S. Johari, Email ID gitikajohari@ignu.ac.in or Dr. RSP Singh. Email ID rspsingh@ignu.ac.in. Enjoy listening. All the best.
You are listening to the audio assignment for DMOP students. Content coordinator Dr. Geetika Johari. Audio recording Mohanlal and Archana. Editing Sadanlal and producer Manoj Bhatnagar. This program was brought to you by Electronic Media Production Center of Indira Gandhi National Open University.